Hello gang, happy Friday. Coach Michael P here with day 12 of our 30 days to an elevated mindset. How you doing today? And how are you enjoying this so far? You have still been reading the comments. People seem to be getting something out of this. Awesome, love it. My whole intention is just have you think more about your mindset, have new ways to think about your mindset and look at your mindset, right? Have a new perspective, a new focus. That's what we talked about yesterday. Looking at something different or looking at something from a different angle. And that's what this course or these 30 days are all about. Well, today we're talking about one of my favorite topics because this is really at the core of the work that I do with people when we're looking to remove limiting beliefs. And this is the concept of content versus context, or more simply, story versus meaning. So we all have stories in our life, and we all probably have a set of stories that we retell over and over or relive over and over in our mind. A lot of times when we think about how we are and challenges and problems we have, we can maybe relate them back to childhood. And yeah, when I was little, they did this, or he said that, or she did this, or she told me that, or he said I was whatever, and ever since then, and blah, 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 right? All the story. You know your stories. You have stories, I bet. Then within the story, there's the meaning. When that thing happened, when that story happened, when that content happened, what did I make it mean? And that's where the work is, in the meaning. The story doesn't matter. I'm going to say that one again. The story doesn't matter. We tell the stories over and over again. If telling stories resolve the issue, I can tell you for a fact, for me, I wouldn't have any issues because I've told my stories plenty of times to myself in my journaling, to my therapists, my counselors, my psychiatrist, my psychologist, right? I've seen a lot of different people over the course of my life, and there is always a purpose and a benefit for those types of healers. I'm not discounting that at all because I've learned a lot and had a lot of great breakthroughs there. But when we are just telling our story again and again and again and not getting anywhere with it, it's because we're focused on the content and not the context, not what I made it mean. So let me give you an example. I've used this example in the past. I was in 3rd grade. My music teacher had all of us sing, and then she went up to us one by one and tapped us on the shoulder to either go into the group that could carry a tune or the group that could not carry a tune. I was the not carry a tune group. So that's the story, right? And when I tell the story, I can embellish it with, she was this mean old lady, and, she made me feel blah, blah, blah. What I made it mean is what's important. And this wasn't a conscious decision. I was in 3rd grade, what's that, 8 years old. I didn't have the critical facilities to say, well, she just told me this, and that means I'm gonna make it mean this. It happened. It just was a decision I made in the moment. And the decision I made is, oh, I'm not a good singer, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not important enough, I'm not enough. And so stop singing, don't share my voice, don't express myself. And I carried that throughout much of my life from a perspective of singing, but also just from having my voice. And there were times, I would speak up and talk out, but there was always an issue with me feeling comfortable and confident to fully express myself until much later in life, and actually into my 40s and early 50s is where I really started feeling comfortable and confident in finding and using my voice. Again, for speaking, not for singing. To this day, I do not sing. I do not sing in front of anyone. I remember one time in high school, I think a boyfriend of mine, I sang half a note in front of him or something. And actually, he was very musical, and I actually, hit the right note, and that was very impressive, and I've never done it since. Now, it's not a problem for me. Remember back in the beginning, I think day 1 or 2, we talked about how is this a problem for you? Because it's only a problem if it's a problem for you. For this specific issue, in my 30s, boy, you're learning all about a lot of my life, my 30s, my 40s, my 50s, right? In my 30s, late 30s, early 40s, I went to a singing teacher because I wanted to resolve this issue and I just wanted to confront it head on. Took some lessons, realized singing, it's a lot about breathing, you know, how you breathe, where the sounds come out, and really learning to listen to notes to see if you're on key or off key. And after a few lessons, I'm like, oh, okay, so, you know, I could learn to sing, learn to be able to carry a tune, not be a professional singer, but at least learn to carry a tune and reasonably well hit notes. And once I had that understanding of, oh, if I wanted to put time and effort into this, I could. I didn't want to put time and effort into it. It just wasn't important enough for me. So, you know, that's not a problem for me, just a story I want to use to illustrate. But when we do have things that are problems for us, or if that one was a problem for me, what I would want to do is focus on the meaning behind it, not the story, not the what happened. All right, here's what I want you to do. Think about a story. Just what's the first story that comes to mind? A story that you've told either to others or yourself or both over and over again, that's a story that kind of helps, you know, justify why you are the way you are. You know, when I was little, this happened, she did this, he did that kind of thing. So just think about the story and how you've told the story and how often you've told the story and thought about the story and, you know, has anything changed? And then step out of the story and think about, what did I make it mean about me? And usually it's something like, well, I made it mean I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy enough, I'm not smart enough, I'm not valuable enough, nothing ever works for me, nobody loves me, I'll never be rich, I'll never be successful, no one wants to hear what I have to say, I'm stupid, I ramble, my thoughts are incoherent, I come across as less than or an idiot or whatever it is you made it mean. Because in that meaning is where the healing is. See, the healing is not in the story. Oh, that's profound. I have to remember that one. So I'm going to say it again. The healing is not in the story. The healing is in the meaning. And when I work with people on removing limiting beliefs, this is what we focus on. We figure out what the belief is, where the story came from, or originated, but we get out of the story very quickly, and then we work on what did you make it mean, and then what do you need to learn from that experience in order to be able to release that belief and the feelings around it. And we can do this within 1 to 2 hours. It amazes me just sometimes how quickly, if people are willing to go there and do the work, and it's not easy, you know, you may have to confront some painful thoughts and feelings, but once you do and you're able to release them, it can be a profound, very quick, long-lasting shift that people have. So story versus meaning, content versus context. This is really powerful when you get this. And so, you know, just think about those stories and then think about what you made it mean. And is there a different meaning that you can give it now looking in perspective? And this is the part people sometimes have trouble with, is they say, well, you know, let's say I had this bad experience, had this mean teacher who shut me down, and see, that's what I made it mean, right? That she shut me down, that I can't speak. But anyway, you know, this story of what happened, how could there be a positive lesson to come from that, or a positive learning? Well, the positive learning is, you know, she wasn't a good teacher. You don't do that to kids, right? You don't tell them they don't have talent. So she just wasn't a good teacher. She had her own reasons and limiting beliefs and crap for why she was dealing with that. I can learn to sing. I can find my voice. I have a lot to express. People want to hear from me. People want to know what I have to say, right? These are the positives that we can take away from this. And again, in that is where the healing happens. All right, everyone, Friday, today, our daily practice. Celebrate all wins, big and small. What are some wins in your life? I took Lucky to a dog park today. Hold on a second. What are you chewing? Lucky is chewing a piece of black rubber. Oh, he's chewing off a piece of his leash. Lucky, let's see if I can do this. Lucky, gotta turn my camera. And there he is, Hey, Lucky. He was not being good this morning. I had someone in here who was fixing something and he kept wanting to run over to them, so I'm having him tethered to a leash just to learn some good stay skills, and he's chewing up part of the leash. Okay, another thing I need to work with him on. So there's a story. What am I gonna make it mean? Well, I could make it mean I am such a bad doggy daddy. I don't have him trained the way I want. I can't train dogs. I'm not good at it. Or, oh, here's another opportunity for me to train. Hold on. Lucky. See, and what I did is I didn't get that piece of plastic, the whole thing away from him, so he kept chewing. More for me to learn, right? Content, the story, he's there chewing. Context, what did I make it mean? So there's an in-the-moment experience that you can see, content versus context. I am gonna make this mean that just a little more time I need to spend on his training, which is actually something I'm working on right now. I'm gonna be putting together my own schedule and routine for training him. Okay, celebrate all wins today. So, you know, I took him to a new dog park and I found a new path and trail to take him down, and it was really just fun being out there with him and walking him, so that's a good win that I'll celebrate today. Okay, thank you. Happy Friday, have an awesome day. Enjoy your weekend. Tomorrow and Sunday, just to let you know again, there's no new content coming, but I will be checking in with short videos. Tomorrow we'll just recap a little bit of what we talked about this week, and then Sunday, always going to be about gratitude, and then we'll pick up again Monday, and we've got a lot more, you know, now we're getting into the interesting things that you can do. Like yesterday we talked about focus and perspective. That's something you can start doing right away, changing your focus, changing your perspective. Today, you know, thinking about context versus content, meaning versus story. So we're gonna have more of these kinds of things coming up that are really tactical, specific things you can be thinking about right away and make a difference. All right, have a good day. Talk to you later. Bye.